story of Sampson and Delilah in the Bible, as told in Judges 13 to 16 and the Talmud. The mighty Samson in Hebrew, was a judge who led and rescued the people of Israel from Philistine oppression. A Nazarite from birth, Samson was endowed by God with Herculean strength, which he used to fight the Philistines, who were occupying the land of Israel. Samson led the people for 20 years until he was betrayed by his wife Delilah and captured by the Philistines. Blinded and mocked by his captors, Samson's life ended when he knocked down the pillars supporting the building he had been taken to, killing himself and the thousands of Philistines inside. Historical background. After Moses' successor Joshua passed away, he was followed by a series of Jewish leaders known as the Shoftim, judges. The period of the judges lasted for approximately 350 years. Samson was the seventh judge and ruled his people for 20 years. The story of Samson is recorded in the book of Judges, chapters 13 to 16. And although little is recorded regarding his role leading the Jews, the verses recount many stories of his great strength and his various skirmishes with the Philistines. Note that the Philistines had no connection to the current-day Palestinians. From the tribe of Dan, Samson was born to his parents, Mona and Zalphonis, in their old age, after they had been childless for many years. One day, in the small town of Zorah, an angel appeared to them and declared that Zalphonis would give birth to a son who will grow up to save the Jews from the marauding Philistines. The angel told the people that the boy was special and that from his birth he was to be dedicated to God as a Nazarite for his entire life. He was not to consume any wine or other grape byproduct, and no razor was to ever touch his hair. In due course, Zalphonis conceived and gave birth. She named him Samson, from the term Shemish, Ugam, wall and protector, or from the word Shemish, son. His name foreshadowed the man he would become, a mighty son who would shield and protect his people. In his early youth, Samson displayed a remarkable physical strength. One day, as he wandered through the woods, a lion pounced on him. Feeling the Spirit of God resting upon him and strengthening him, Samson slew the lion with his bare hands. Realizing that he had been endowed with this strength in order to help his people, Samson sought on occasion to gauge the Jews' enemy, the Philistines. The Philistines were a nation of marauders living in the west of the Holy Land. They were constantly harassing and pillaging the Jews. For 40 years, the Jews suffered terribly under the heavy Philistine hand until finally Samson took a stand. Samson was too modest to undertake leadership of a Jewish army. He also did not want to provoke the Philistines into further terrorizing of his Jewish brethren. He decided that he would avenge them by himself by engaging in personal conflicts, intimidating them, and preventing them from harassing the Jews. He began seeking ways to get into close contact with the Philistines. The first occasion for him to confront the Philistines arrived when one day, on one of his frequent roaming expeditions, he arrived in Timnah, a Philistine village, where he saw a Philistine maiden whom he decided to take as a wife. Although his parents attempted to dissuade him, Samson resolved to marry her after she converted. At the wedding feast, Samson saw an opportunity to put his plan into action. He challenged 30 Philistine guests to answer a riddle he would pose to them. If they could guess the answer, he would give them each a suit of clothes, and if they could not, they would give him 30 suits. The Philistines agreed. Samson presented his riddle, and the Philistines were unable to answer it. On his way to Timnah, Samson had passed the spot where he saw the lion, and he noticed that a swarm of bees had turned the carcass into their hive. Samson scooped out some honey, ate, and went on his way. As a result, he posed the following riddle: from the ear came out food, and out of the strong came out sweetness. What is it? The eater refers to a lion, the protector of all predators, and the sweetness refers to the honey. Thus on the seventh day, when the Philistines came to Samson, they answered him, "What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion?" remarkable strength of Sampson. The scriptures tell many other stories involving Samson's strength. One night, when he had wandered into Gaza, one of the chief Philistine cities, his enemies surrounded the walls and barred the gates, intended to attack and kill him in the morning. Samson guessed their evil designs, so he rose at midnight, unhinged the two giant gates, placed them on his shoulders, bar and all, and carried them away.